Guys, welcome back. Thank you for watching. For those of you who are seeing this channel for the first time, thank you for coming through. And those who are back, it's good to see you again. Guys, please don't forget to like the videos. It helps a big deal. Don't forget to subscribe. Please, if you may, share the videos. Guys, I want to talk about this guy, Nhlanhla Lux. Yesterday, Nhlanhla Lux was on Podcast and Chill with Mac G. Wow, what an episode. The guy said a lot of things, right? For me, it was quite interesting that to notice the guy is not even leader of any political party. He's just working with the people. I mean, there are certain things that you see and you're like, this is too good to be true. I must be honest, as South Africans, or maybe just as a citizen of the world, we've seen so much. We don't believe most of the things that we hear because we've seen politicians lie, we've seen leaders let us down. But I mean, this guy, he says things that are unbelievable and he says he can back them up. And even when he says things like he was running an airport airline, he's saying that obviously he's not lying, but you sort of don't believe what you're saying. The fact that he's so connected that they've got people all over the country and they can give a command at any given point and people will move and attend to whatever situation they need action on. So guys, to just give you a brief summary about what this guy is about, there's just people, a movement that is not politically affiliated. They're basically addressing everyone's concerns in the townships for black people, and they're taking on the government. June 16, he said they're locking up every police station. He said they'll put chains and lock them as a protest because they feel like the police are failing them. He said the police are deep into corruption and they're not serving their communities. So that is their protest and they're going there to lock every police station. And I'm sitting there wondering, how is this going to happen? Are the police going to let this just happen? And you think some of these things can get them into trouble. The other guys that came up with Operation Dudula. Operation Dudula is a group of South Africans who are removing illegal foreigners in South Africa by force. Foreigners who are involved in crime and so on and so on. I mean, the first time I heard of these guys, I didn't even know about Nhlanhla Lux. I just knew about this Operation Dudula because I heard from people like Julius Malema talking about there's criminals who are doing this and this and this and this. And it's always refreshing to hear all sides of the story. This guy is obviously not responding to all of these things. And then he goes on MacG and he speaks. If everything this guy is saying is true, wow. I just think you guys need to do yourself a favor and go watch that episode, MacG interviewing Nhlanhla Lux. And I'm really concerned because yesterday I found out the government has introduced a law now that will censor videos on social media platforms. And we're in for interesting times, guys, where there's an intensity of non-delivery on the government side. And I'm seeing this with the Podcast and Chill. The movement is growing so much. I mean, these guys, people that are chillers, flocking in there on that platform. And it's raising concerns for me because young people have been neglected and they find their own things. They find their voice and then the government chases them, it seems, if now you want to go regulate where they hang, where they speak. And we haven't had things from the government that are really satisfying to the youth. The youth is not satisfied with the government. The government may say it's doing A, B, C, and D, but the youth is not feeling it. The youth is not feeling them. So they go find their own thing. And then there are these laws that are placed in the name of regulating things that may be offensive, content that is explicit, and so forth and so forth. But that means everything is regulated by them. What if they don't like what you posted? We are in trouble. We are in trouble, and we're in for very tough times. And for people like Nhlanhla Lux to speak so boldly, it is quite something to behold. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Guys, I want to talk about Aka Nadia Nakai. I mean, it has come out, the guys have gone public, and Nadia Nakai seems smitten because she's posted all these videos about her and AKA. And I think this Nadia Nakai story is interesting. And I'm saying this very carefully, but whenever I watch Nadia Nakai, whenever she speaks, she looks beautiful, she's all clean and so forth. But it seems, just for me, I mean, I'm not saying this is gospel truth, but just for me, it seems like there's a deep unhappiness in that person. And is it not interesting that AKA's girlfriend who passed on was alleged to have depression? And I mean, look at the video that she posted on her stories, AKA dancing and her dancing. Wasn't that similar to Nelly Tembe's dancing in the kitchen with AKA? Isn't there something weird there? Nadia with braids as well. I mean, am I reading too much into this? There is also a situation with Casper. If you remember, Nadia Nakai was signed with Casper, and throughout this time, there was this tension, beef between AKA and Casper Nyovest. Nadia Nakai throughout this time was very loyal to Casper, very, very loyal. And there was a time when Nadia Nakai left Casper and started her own label. I remember watching an interview, and people have always commended her, even AKA on an interview with the Bryce Show. He commended Nadia Nakai for the loyalty that she showed towards Casper. But I remember when they were asking Nadia Nakai on an interview about leaving Family Tree, which is Casper Nyovest's label, she said something about it was time for her to grow. Yes, those were the reasons. But in between that, she says, yeah, also now Casper has got a child now, and he's busy with his own things. And that stuck with me for some reason. Like, with all the other reasons that she mentions, she also mentions that Casper is busy with his personal life. Again, one could say I'm reading too much into it. But could there have been more on the side that we didn't know about that was happening in their relationship? Hence now she's realizing she's got no place because Casper is going on with his family life. But anyways, guys, you can share your comments, like, share, and subscribe. I'm out.